So anyway, just a quick idea. So this is the header here. All this is changeable. You can change out the icons, the information, change the menu. And all these contact buttons lead to a lead generation form, right? And there's multiple places, so even right here in the top, 2 of these, and it's real easy to upload your logo, change out the color scheme, and I'll show you a little bit about how you can kind of mess with all this different stuff here on the front homepage as well. A lot of this copy kind of comes pre-written. You have your portfolio, your team. So you can see this is a pretty in-depth homepage that would take a long time to build on your own. This section right here is pretty cool. You can put a video here. You can also make these kind of pop up and down like this, and you can add more of those if you want. Testimonial section, another call to action, which leads to another lead gen form. And you can see there's contact forms just all throughout, even here at the bottom. And then you've got your footer and all that information there as well. So all this comes preloaded, and literally you can install it and have it looking like this in just a couple minutes with a one-click install. So basically the way that works, you install the theme like you normally would, right? Go and upload the theme. Once you do that, it prompts you to install 3 plugins that go along with it. And then after those plugins are installed, you just have to go over to Appearance here, go to the one-click demo, right? And then it gives you these 4 different options here, which is basically just a variation of 2 options. So you either have a video slider here in the background, or you have a image slider, right? And so if, let's say, you just want to do the box layout or the full width. So full width obviously is what it sounds like, box is what it sounds like. So you can change any of that. You just install, and then boom, you're going to have this up and running right away. Okay, so that's really cool out of the gate there. And then once that's all kind of set up, then you can go over here in the settings, and everything's really easy to change and install, right? So this is all pretty straightforward. You got your breadcrumb image, which is this image across all these pages right here, like this background image right here, and your logo. You can change out the footer text, change the color scheme. So let's say I wanted to make this like just a offbeat looking color, maybe. Let's go with black. So, and then just save that right here, and you'll see this kind of changes all the button colors, the headlines and things like that throughout the site, right? The icons and stuff like that. Okay, so then you have the header section, which is kind of a key section. You can go over here, you can change out all this information. You can put up a different icon in there if you want, if you don't want the phone thing or whatever. And then you obviously change out all this info here. And then in the beginning you set up a contact form, and then you can have all these different contact spots going either through the same form, or you can set up different forms, or whatever you want, right? And you can always change the destination link of any of those buttons as well. And then you can change out the social settings. There's a bunch of different spots where we have icons, so you can change the icons out. In here we have a whole bunch that they can choose from, which is cool. And you can also, so with all these sections like this, it's like drop down. You can either remove stuff if you don't want it, or you can add more if you want more, right? So that's pretty sweet there. And then the home page is really actually pretty easy to customize. So as you go here, you can either change the width, right? And that'll obviously make adjustments. You can change the slider. If you switch to image, it's going to give you some different, obviously, to control the slides here, right? So you can see all this information you can change, upload the different pictures pretty easily, and so forth, right? I'll just stick with the video slider for now. And you can obviously change out all that information there. This form is, again, the contact button here. And then as you go down, so you can turn all this stuff on or off. So this is the featured content. It's all kind of animated there. If you don't want it, obviously just turn it off. And again, these are all just drop downs. You can edit the icon, you can change out the image and the title. So all really easy to figure out. I barely needed any instruction to get in here and start figuring out what's what, right? Services, same thing. So you can have as many of these as you want. You can go in here. This is obviously your title. You could have a sub headline right there if you wanted, and then these are the different services. Always, again, you can change out the icon, your text, etc. You can remove if you don't want, and you can add more if you do. Same here with the about section. You can turn this on or off. This is your title. This is your subtext, and then these are your 3 sections, right? So you can see it's very consistent in the way it operates, which makes it pretty easy to use. Okay, so that's pretty much the basics there. This is all pretty much the same thing. So on or off, headline, different sections that you can add or remove. Okay, so that's basically how the home page works there, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I can go into more detail here. You can do a lot of the same kind of thing with the services page, the about page. There's some information to update on the contact page. You can change the text throughout the site, the size, the headers, the font, and so forth. You can, whether or not you want full sidebar, full width, no sidebar. You can change your 404 page, and then you can always back up and then install, upload again. So if you want to upload this to a different site or whatever the case is, where you have the same theme installed. Okay,